So I remember when my mother got, she fell at work and I had to go to Boston. And I remember saying that specific day that my mom hurt herself in her work, a year ago, that exactly date was when they got into the car accident. And I remember like vividly, like it was yesterday, that my experience with Nate was insane. It was so like stressful, traumatizing. It was just not great. A short story of that night at the hospital with Nate. Not only it was very painful, not only it was very stressful dealing with Nate being in pain and crying all night, but the following day, the hospital wanted to discharge us, and I remember vividly, like it was yesterday, that I did not want to come home because I wanted to do an MRI. And I remember, like it was yesterday, the doctor looked me in the eye. He looked me in the eye and say, unfortunately, I'm not gonna recommend to do an MRI because the MRI costs $10,000 and it's very expensive, and I don't need you, and I don't think you guys need it. That was his specific words. MRI is MRI is $10,000 and I don't think you guys need it. Like they didn't want to ask if we have insurance. They didn't want to ask if we're paying. They didn't want to ask like it was like the case wouldn't be. They literally said we don't want it to do an MRI because it's $10,000, and they pretty much told us like we don't need it. Like it's too expensive to waste that money on you. That's kind of made me feel. Long story short, we went back home, ended up going back to the hospital, and then we finally got an MRI 3 weeks later, and we went to find out that Nate had rotated disc on his neck and something else that I don't know specific the words, but he needs surgery. That was a year ago. Fast forward last month, when my mama fell at work. So when my mom fell at work, she went to the hospital. We went to find out she hadn't broken anything, but she was in a lot of pain. And when I went to Boston, they prescribed her like every other doctors. They prescribed her some pain pills, some like little, like I believe it was like something to put in her arm to help with the swelling, and that was it. I was in Boston for 3 days. The first 3 days, she was like in a very strong dose of pain pills, and that was it. 2 weeks passed by and my mother arms haven't got better. And I remember when my mom fell, I remember telling my sister, my mom's gonna need an MRI because she most likely didn't broke anything, but she probably have damaged something to her arm that's not gonna show in an x-ray. Finally got an MRI last Friday. So she's gonna need surgery. Like I knew it. She turned 3 tendons, or 2 and 1 is damaged, something like that. I don't know exactly, to be honest. I'm sorry, I forgot. And I remember when I got the results for the MRI and my sister told me, oh yeah, mom's gonna need surgery. I got so mad because it was such a like an easy fix to wanted to do an MRI right out of the bat, but a lot of hospitals, they just don't do it. So like my mother's been in pain for 3 weeks. Now she have to wait another 3 weeks to have surgery. And God know how long more until she's gonna be able to move her arm and be okay. And we don't even know. It might be like a 1 month recover to 6 months, 4 months. We don't know yet. But I got very upset because I went through the same thing with Nate. I went through the same thing. I asked for an MRI and they refused to give me an MRI. With my mother's case, I wasn't there. My sister was there. I wasn't there. I couldn't ask for anything because I'm all the way here in LA. But I remember telling my sisters, my mom's gonna need an MRI, and like every other doctor, they say, no, she's fine. 3 weeks passed by, I'll just send her to physiotherapy. Go to physiotherapy, no, you need an MRI. No shit. Like I've been saying this since the beginning. Oh God. That was my weekend. I have a lot of things that happens to me this past weekend, some good things, some bad things. I feel really bad for my mom. I will most likely be going to Boston the moment she have her surgery. I'm in the process of packing, moving. We have the dogs, and I have like kind of like a commitment with the dogs and like a few other things that I can't leave right now, which for me, I would be packing my stuff and I would just be gone. I'll be in Boston right now, but I cannot. As much as I want it, I cannot. But yes, I will be going to Boston in 3 weeks from now. I'm excited, and no, I wish I'll be going to Boston again in better conditions. I wish I'll be able to go to Boston just to enjoy my mom, but no, I'll be going to Boston to take care of my mom. So you guys will be seeing me some more vlogs of me traveling in Boston and enjoying the cold weather. Anyways, I have a question. If anybody who's watching this vlog, if you're a nurse, or if you work in the hospital, or if you work in any field in the hospital, can you explain to me why is it so complicated to get an MRI? Is it because of the money? Is it because it's very expensive? Apparently it's cost $10,000, or is it something more that we don't know? This is the second time dealing with the situation, and I feel very aggravated because I deal with the same thing with Nate. Now I'm dealing with the same issue with my mom. It makes me very angry and very upset. But anyways, my day has been very actable. I've been on the phone with all day long trying to figure out some other things. But on a good note, it is a beautiful day in Sunshine, California. Ah, my goodness. Look at this beautiful view that I am going to miss. I'm going to miss especially that tree. That's avocado tree. On the other note, I believe we have found a home for every single puppy already. I believe every single puppy already have a home. I just scheduled their vaccine for next week. And then after they have the vaccine, and 2 weeks after the vaccine, they'll be ready to go home to their home. And I am going to be very sad, but at the same time very relieved. Anyways, I'm going back to my day. Anyways, thank you guys for hearing me. I really wanted to get that out of my chest. Well, but on the other note, how's your guys' Monday doing?